second one. Okay, Tabula Rasa number 2, or part 2 of Mass Effect Andromeda. Loading.
You gonna be okay, Ryder? The captain just called me Pathfinder. This is really happening.
Just take a deep breath.
I still can't believe Dad's dead. This should have been his moment.
But now it's yours. You just need to decide what you're gonna do with it.
Where do I start? I'm just not sure I'm ready.
We weren't ready to fall out of the sky on Habitat 7, but we survived that.
You had jump
Right.
jets.
So, always keep a jump jet handy.
See how much food they've managed to get from their hydroponics farm first.
Got it. What I wouldn't give for mashed potatoes.
Like Cora is like super supportive at the beginning, and then she's like, "Ugh."
I just updated the charts.
And then
She'll want to see crew reassigns.
I'm a hunter. I'm a sorry hunter. I'm a commando. And it's I mean, they put in so much dialogue stuff here. And just trying to listen to it all.
It'll be nice to see some friendly faces this time.
The Nexus runs a support crew.
But on
Just
the other
enough
hand,
to finish building the station and
without
provide
it,
safe
it
harbor
doesn't
for the
feel
Arks.
as lived in.
It means we can start waking our people up.
They built a bar, right? Gotta have champagne for the welcome party.
You're expecting one.
After what we've been through, I could use a buzz.
We all could.
Yeah. Rough ride so far.
We'll bounce back. Real food and a shower are just ahead.
Except not. Because that's the way this
Here we
game
are.
works. 3, 2.
I don't see any champagne.
Where is everybody?
No one
Well, this
here.
can't be right.
It's like everything's on standby.
If it's a surprise party, they're doing an awfully good job of it.
We could see what the VI has to say.
Plants are still alive.
That's good.
It's like they didn't finish building it.
Let's see what Avina has to
Welcome
say.
to the Nexus, gateway to Andromeda. I'm Avina, a virtual intelligence
You know what
designed
was
to assist you
great
with
about
immigration.
Mass Effect 3? When
Can you tell us where the welcome
imitated
party is hiding?
Avina.
I'm sorry, my code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations. Please select from the following pre-programmed responses.
What is the Nexus?
The Nexus serves as the central hub for the Andromeda. It is the first
Skip.
Please enjoy the...
Skip.
Not from the looks of it.
Sorry.
What can you tell me about the Andromeda Galaxy?
Here in Andromeda, you are over 2 million...
Skip.
This is the furthest any life form has ever traveled. The Nexus itself is located... Here,
Helios.
you and thousands of your fellow colonists will fulfill your dreams of settling a new home. Fortune awaits.
What year is it?
The current year is 28. Our helpful medical...
Well, she's...
So where is everyone? How does the immigration process...
We
Skip.
ask that you submit.
Skip.
Please be mindful of the cube.
Where? Place is deserted.
Where do colonists live?
Once you've cleared it, will it be whichever...
Oh,
Habitat 7. That's where we landed. She's way out of date.
that's all.
It has been... Current...
Hello?
This place should be packed with people.
There's a guy. Maybe he's got champagne.
Hi there. We're from Ark Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Did he hear you?
Did you say an arc?
This is the Nexus, right? Pretty sure we parked in the right place.
I like Snarky.
And for what it's worth, your VI over there could use an update.
Of course, I'm sorry. It's just, we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
Yes, I can
I
tell by
don't
your
believe
facial
it.
expression.
I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
I'm Sarah Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
Well, I've got a shipload of people that says we're here.
Of course, it's just... You're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to Op Center. Everything that could go wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
We're familiar with it.
Then you'll know why we call it the Scourge. We lost whole sections of the station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
Oh, hey, she's
Not even
floating.
close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
No word from the other Pathfinders?
No word from anyone, period.
Any threats from the locals?
So far, we've stayed hidden. We're in no shape to deal with an attack. We're here.
You guys go ahead. I'll check out the security situation.
You should know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
I'm Jaren Tan, director of the initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
Not as much as it means to us. We had one hell of a time getting here. Nice to see some friendly faces.
Hungry faces. Any supplies you can spare would be appreciated.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs. Where's the Pathfinder?
You're looking at her.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead. He made me his successor.
Alec is dead.
Definitely better this
Please
time around than
understand,
the first time.
the entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Now more than ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
You don't have a choice.
You're in trouble here. I'd say you need any help you can get.
We need qualified help.
That's
no way to treat a guest.
Favorite character? Or one of the nice characters
I'm Nak
I like.
Markesh, superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
Gotta love the Krogan.
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
You don't have a choice.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
Gosh,
We're all
people like
feeling
her
the
are
pressure.
worst.
Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship. I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Welcome to the Nexus.
Thank you for standing up for me there.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance.
Ma'am, the
Oh, so
Hyperion's
freaky.
core is now online.
Let me show you something. An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out?
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
Will do.
Taylor, where's Vectra at? The Hyperion is starting to send a tally of supplies.
Hello, console.
Speak with Tan, speak with Kesh, speak with Kendra, speak with Addison. Let's go do that in that order.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
I thought I didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
Ooh,
And when you
politics.
disagree.
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the Golden Worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge
reason
is
to
to
think
settle a
it
world
would.
in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable, so how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Don't play
The way
games
I
with
see it,
me.
you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
I mean, seriously.
Where's
They
my
don't
ship?
have a choice.
They're prepping it now in the docking
Gosh,
bay.
everyone's
The
such an
coordinates for
asshole.
Eos will be
But
in
then
the
again,
computer.
it kind of reminds
And
me
when
of
you have a
real-life
moment, we should
politicians.
discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion. All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Oh, so much talking.
This is Nexus Control to Hyperion.
It isn't.
It's good to have you here.
But what choice do we have? How the hell
Excellent.
should I? All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father.
No one can
Sorry,
be nice.
my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role, eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right.
Oh, why?
After 14
So
months of failed
doubting.
colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
Let's see.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of as Tan is... And here we are, idling.
You called my father
A lot of us joined the initiative because I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're... Much like a colonial director without colonies.
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile...
Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Talk to Kandros if you haven't. He's unfortunately become the head of our military. And as soon as he realizes it, we're in the shit.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
There's also the
The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
You've had no colony success.
We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the path.
And if it...
Or even me.
Excuse me, Direct.
Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you.
Jeez.
Prove me wrong.
Everyone is such a bitch.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative. I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here.
Solarians
Then
and
Addison's
Krogan.
assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Nexus problems.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Gian Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad.
And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
When we left the Milky Way...
That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around.
What about the...
During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance... Yeah. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live.
Yay.
It's the only way my people have a future out here.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Nothing more for...
Hey, stuff.
Docking unannounced caused some switches to blow.
Back. Can just become scientists.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results.
Turians and
though
the
they'll
Krogians
try.
are on your side.
Anyway,
but
welcome
the
to Militia
Solarians and the
HQ.
humans aren't.
Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor, and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
It's rough out there. I might need backup if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to participate.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more.
That's the console for our strike.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
I'll deploy your people carefully, Kandros.
Appreciate that, Ryder. But trust me, Apex can handle themselves. Authorization complete. Good luck out.
See what I get.
All personnel.
Claim all rewards.
Be aware of any suspicious activity.
Using beryllium. Remnant. Sniper rifle. Black Widow sniper rifle. Scientist. 10.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Perhaps both.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick. My colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What are your specialties?
What fields do you study?
Herrick's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace.
All
Who can think with all this racket?
At least it felt with the in the other Mass Effect games, they looked, you know, we can see variety in them. Let's see, auto level up. Got 3 combat points. Don't want to just focus on basic combat. Now.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I didn't know him very well. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted. Did you have some other business?
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time.
The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
How did Jean Garson...
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit Scourge, Gian Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Kandros mentioned something about hitting the skirt.
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly.
Who is this?
Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political good for fighting and lifting heavy
So
objects.
racist.
When they didn't get what they wanted,
Why can't you be
they left.
tan?
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant... My people tried to uplift. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What more can you tell?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had We've all left home in search of... We are the bravest souls, each... As most everyone knows, Gian Garson's vision... But she persevered. And as with most great ideas...
Motivation.
There are thousands. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate.
It looks like a...
The hope is that this... As a
Except for the
Solarian, my
Krogan.
kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
As direct...
They don't see me as the rightful successor. In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the military. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made.
Why the doubt?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder... I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
So... you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of... While I may not be setting foot on New World...
Right. Sorry. Any more information?
If they had the same problems with the Scourge that... Should you find any clues, please investigate. We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure, managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
What do I need to
Whether that's the cat, also scouting and mapping terrain is a priority. I was afraid you'd ask. But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just the...
Okay, there's that.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. Back right after the mutiny. Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 Yeah. And now I have more to bears.
Whoever's doing this has to be stopped.
I've scanned all the potential... Yeah. Would you, if you have time? If you could... No, I'm fine. And I don't know, it just blew up.
Find out why. Be careful.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the Saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel. Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Leah, remember when I said I was going to take a look inside the panel? I have some
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used. Scanning. This panel has been tampered with.
Send the data to Raj.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Notice the handle.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
This is a nightmare. It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, maybe you could help. My husband. He's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
Exile, huh? Guess it was...
They say it's murder. There are His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the detail.
Okay.
Please.
I remember this one. Stay on the ship or...
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this.
She's a wonderful
Don't they
person.
have an uprising?
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to... for good reason. I saw movement. Thought it... Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Well, it'd be nice to have some... Maybe they're...
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it... The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
Doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
That is the difference between murder and accidental death.
In this case, motive plus opportunity. And there's a recording of the perpetrator. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Ken.
Recording.
The Nexus versus colonist Nilken, evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
We can start building a bank of vaccines once we get more biomes.
Let's see. Where is Shaw? finish this up.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Yeah, meeting Addison was interesting.
She doesn't know you. I do. And you're doing fine.
I appreciate it.
I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your brother's doing.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Pathfinder, no time for our beer yet. This place is a mess. Security is, let's call it strained.
So
I can believe it. Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Ket are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
They were frustrated. If they just wanted to kill, they could have fought to the last here.
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing. Just us. I'm with you. It's just... a lot.
This wasn't in the job description. We have to find a world, then save it.
Glad it's not just me feeling it. But it's not just you either. We're a team, right? It's what they need us to be.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
Shoom. Saboteur.
What's the latest about waking people up? We're in a whole...
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Callis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Pattle's. A third party seems likely.
The real saboteur could be setting you both up.
Because we both figured out something was going on? That would make sense. It's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
Go back that way. Might as well visit Sam node before that. Oh, a lot of back and forths. So tedious. I wonder if they realized that this would be so tedious, or if it was just, I don't know, a way to fill in game time.
Hello, Sarah. Welcome back to Sam node. I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential?
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
I don't understand the need for secrecy.
Your father felt it was for the best.
What was he trying to hide?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant's safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required.
Hey.
Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient, far beyond what even the Initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI, so what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
Okay, well, just as long as it doesn't hurt.
The only pain is that which life provides. As I've discovered, this can be a lesson in itself.
It's one I'd rather avoid. So where do we go from here?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad's...
But perhaps you should begin...
Thank...
That.
Pathfinder, Captain Dunn said to seal your father's cabin from anyone but you. It's open now.
Thank you.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
SSV Normandy.
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like. What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
Let's move on to the next part. So if I could get planet side. Shaw. Showers up here? Rick.
Alright, well, I'm not seeing any of your recognition. Nexus Control. I'm getting some odd
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Sir.
Oh man, have you heard the
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Did you see any...
Nilkin said so. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed... could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
If they'd fought and Nilkin...
Fronts fight, but you don't expect your... To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Reynolds was leading you back...
It wasn't my place to... In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
So the body was never examined?
Tan wouldn't allow a mission.
Well, speak with Tan.
Something I can help you with?
I'm looking into...
And?
I want to go to First murder in Andromeda.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can...
I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds it, we'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Of course.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
So all savage. Come on, trade. One shield generator.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
This file is useless. Let's check another. And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Let's check another. This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Somebody working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
Biometrics do not match.
Non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Inaccurate match.
No, I should really put a timer on to see how much time has passed. Oh. So tedious. Really is. Not to mention I still, at this point, have to go visit her brother.
Biometrics do not match. Scan results show a partial positive. Target is most likely suspect.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
I'm sorry for what happened, but setting explosives isn't the answer.
Neither was sending people into exile because they didn't agree with policy. I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people, killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done
Oh,
talking.
not the first
I confess,
murder.
it was me. Do whatever you want.
Not my call. The Nexus leaders will make that decision.
That lot make a decision. That'll be the day.
So annoying.
What's the latest about Wake?
Ryder,
You're not on the bridge, Captain?
we powered it down. Can't afford to waste energy. Though Cryo Bay and Sam Node are exempt. And I told them to keep their...
Thank.
Hey, sorry about your father. He was right about going planetside, though.
I wish you were still here.
You'll do. If there's anything else I can help with, let me know.
Now that the Hyperion is...
Normally, I hear you're the one helping resolve the issue.
If someone had told you that you'd...
Are you kidding me? Although the way things... We all knew. When you sign up, you hope for the best,
Either this or
and
the
plan for the
rebirth.
worst.
This.
Why did you join the
initiative?
initiative?
Easier.
How could I not? I love my job. Sailing through new stars, discovering new worlds.
Thank...
Good.
Sam node. Oh yeah, unlock.
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening.
Wait. Okay. Something new every day. Let's...
Cutscene.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
Kinda true.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface
Hey, guess
directly,
what?
experiencing the
This
world
is
together.
The ideal
benefits both.
best scenario from ME3.
There's no creator
Symbiosis.
to revolt against.
I'm sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
Alec,
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
he told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Not on my watch.
Wow, hearing Mom again.
Alec was a stubborn man.
I would hope so. Mom's life... Nobody wanted to listen. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available. I detect additional memories, but they...
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
Correct. However, using quantum entanglement communication, I remain...
What more?
The implant itself provides me with direct...
Then...
You removed the restrictions on my access to Pathfinder physiology.
Just...
Trust is an important concept in any relation.
Me more than you. Do you know anything more?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
Okay.
What are your capabilities? But AI is illegal and...
Exceptions were made. The initiative deemed his research vital to the mission. Our design was correct. However, your father continued. I am the most advanced SAM in the initiative.
What did he mean by it?
Symbiosis is in similar fashion, my own evolution was shaped. In return, I provide you with capabilities and analysis.
That's all.
Go. Get to the ship. Oof, after an hour. You know, all things considered, they did do a pretty decent job of fixing everything.
I'll make it right, Dash. Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you.
Chipper.
It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos, trying to start a settlement.
His sacrifice won't be forgotten.
Agreed. Everything I do will be for him. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you reunite them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Leg's feeling a little better.
Looks like the muscle's bruised. The good news is the bone didn't break.
I'm sure the bastards were getting around to it.
Fisher, glad to see you're doing better.
That was some expedition, hey? Captain said I'm going in the log as the first human to make contact with the Kett. And Kirkland's the first casualty. Wish it could have gone differently.
Technically, they're not, though. Because...
Wasn't your fault. It's obvious the Kett aren't friendly. Nothing we did could have changed that.
I suppose you're right. It's just not what you dream about. Meet a new species, and 3 seconds later, they're trying to kill you.
I hear you, but I guess that's life. Not everyone will see things our way. In the meantime, chin up. It'll get better.
Ryder, good to see you. Damn shame about your dad, though. I'm sorry we couldn't save him.
I'm sure you did everything you could.
Yeah, but still, we lost a Pathfinder on my watch. Doesn't sit right.
My dad knew the danger. Part of the job.
Now I just need to make sure your brother here pulls through.
Are you staying here?
You know that moment when you... Ha, right, look who I'm talking to. Watching you guys running around, dodging lightning and the Kett, it's a young man's game. Pains me to admit it.
Well,
Just make sure to raise...
Deal. How's Scott doing?
His condition stable. I see signs of REM activity.
How?
It was dumb luck, really. We hit the It's a vulnerable moment, coming out of a 600-year nap, then wait. Don't worry, I'm on it. We're not losing another rider.
How did you
Well, you reached... I'd accomplished... So coming here was the world's biggest midlife...
There's just so much. And the black guy survived.
Greer, how you feeling?
Grateful. If you and Liam hadn't found me in that...
We could...
Yeah, your father. And Kirkland. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm not out there with you.
Under...
everyone, and oh, just so big.
Ready to see what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
In final checks, looking great.
We won't be long. The way things are going, we'll be on our own out there.
In other words, we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style.
Cora, so supportive. At least at the beginning, and then she changes up. Why, Cora, why?
They call her the Tempest.
Basically, a more slimmed down version of the Normandy.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late. So you're the one who's making everything happen. Vetra. Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes. Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
What's the rush?
Just don't want to waste any more time.
Hold it, hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Damn it.
Whatever happened, it wasn't me. I just got here.
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest's supplies, munitions, and crew.
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right? Came here with a family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I wish you could kind of punch him in
They
the
told me
face.
he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
Nicely done.
Part of the job, Pathfinder. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
Finally, someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
See, why the character switch? All of a sudden she gets all huffy and puffy and ugh.
Everything's state-of-the-art. Labs, sensors, exploration gear. Plus her crew, of course. The best in their field.
Good to see you're looking so well, Sarah.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey. We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer. Your quarters are below. Plenty of space up here to get everyone together. It's all yours. She's light, stealthy, and the fastest ship in her class.
It's really going to be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, head over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
Better head to the bridge when we're ready to go.
The meeting room. You can make vid calls from the central table, or just get the crew together. We call this the research room. You can run research projects and coordinate with the Nexus from here. That's the biolab. We can grow plants for food and oxygen, and keep any specimen safe.
Some serious kit over here.
Blade 2 Cyclone Phalanx. Let's see if I can. Get anything? Yay.
Our tech lab is an engineer's dream. It's perfect for any delicate technical work.
Pathfinder, check this toy. Some serious kit over here. Seems like we're forever racing, but there's always time to check out new toys. Useful ones.
I'm all about what's useful.
Oh, this is. Especially if you grabbed anything from Habitat 7. Raw minerals, tech, doesn't matter. The research station will strip that stuff down, give you options.
We can craft our way through. Turn the junk we find into an advantage.
Hey, with tech like this, it won't be junk for long. Not after we're through. If the
Like
best
the
we get is
ultimate
what we
3D
make,
printer.
still the best. Check it out.
Artifacts, pistols. All this. Very messy. Let's continue the tour.
We're almost out there. Finally.
Hi there. Can we talk and stuff later? I've got some last-minute adjustments. She'll be ready to go when you are.
Hi, Ryder. Hello. I've just got to finish this download from the Nexus. We'll be ready for launch.
Hey.
Here we go. Cutscene. Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Time
Different
for introductions. You must be Ryder, Gallo Jack.
Military
A pleasure to be here,
style
and to meet
shown
you, of
in
course.
The original
I'll be
Mass Effect.
piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship. but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
Plenty of dangers out there, but I'll do my best to avoid them.
That's reassuring. Wouldn't want to lose my finest work to that angry cloud. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes. I admit, I'm itching to see how she performs out here.
So, how do I...
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
We signed on for the big stuff when we came to Andromeda.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Command access is transferring successfully.
Science and monitoring stations look fine. Lexi's reporting in.
Helm is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours, unless you've got something to say for the log.
We got this.
Things seem bad, but we've already beaten the odds, and we'll beat them again. You know it, I know it, so let's show them what we've got.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, ident 2527, prepping to depart.
Departure vector verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder.
To Eos, then. What would have been our Habitat 1. 2 failed outposts put an end to that idea. Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us in.
The other bad part is worse than the elevator stuff. Only because there's no snappy dialogue.
System, Pythias. Andromeda Initiative Habitat 1. Designated Eos.
It was supposed to be an easy first step. Until no one else showed and we got clobbered. Twice.
Why has Sam altered frequency detection? What are we hearing, Sam?
There is a signal, Pathfinder. I recommend an immediate examination of Eos.
Probe away. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.